Hello and welcome back to Noodle Doodles. That's the sound of someone who can't even really pronounce their own YouTube channel name. But yeah, today I decided to draw like a rock star girl. She's not really an OC, I've never drawn her before. I never really thought out her design or anything, I just sort of drew her on the spot. The reason I wanted to draw a rock star today is because I thought I could do a really cool pose with her. Because rock stars, they're always doing their cool poses while they're on stage singing or whatever. She's not really on stage. For some reason, I imagine her in a bar setting, but later I add spotlights that end up looking more like fireworks. But yeah, that happens. So, yeah, this is what I'm drawing. That's the sound of somebody who didn't really write a script. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this sketch here. Not really, the sketch was my least favorite part because I had this really awesome pose in mind, but I couldn't make it work out in digital arts. I had some thumbnails in paper, but it just didn't translate well when I tried to do it in digital art for some reason, so I ended up going with a different pose. I still think this pose is pretty fun and expressive. I had so much fun with this hair. It's long, it's wavy, it's my favorite type of hair to do. But I always end up going ham and adding way too much detail, and it kind of sticks out compared to the rest of my style when I draw other things other than the hair right next to it. Or even worse, I have two characters with different hair types, and one of the hairs is just way more detailed than the other. And it just looks kind of uncanny since basically everything else other than long wavy hair in my style is like really simplistic and flat, because mainly I just don't know how to draw those things in greater detail. I had a lot of fun doing the line art for the hair though, because I had fun with the hair. Again, long wavy hair is one of my favorite things to do. I'm really proud of the hair, but it looks way too stiff compared to her pose. I feel like it should be flowing everywhere and stuff, but I was afraid that would block the facial expression or something too much. So it ended up being really stiff. Also, when I did my first initial sketch of the hair, I didn't really think about the pose all that much, because I kind of wanted to get the speed paint done a little bit quick, but it honestly didn't matter how long it took on it, because this is one of the most fun I've had with speed paints. Gosh, I really don't know my grammar. I gotta start writing scripts for these things. I drew a table with rulers, because I can't draw straight lines. It sticks out compared to the rest of the line art. But you know what? It looks better with coloring. Here I'm just trying to decide the color palette. That was too tan, that was too light, or maybe this is the one I stick with. Yeah, that's the one I stick with. I end up doing blush before I even end up finishing the rest of the basic flat colorings. Because of course I did! Yeah, there we go, just playing around with the blush layer a bit. This is honestly kinda boring. Okay, yeah, just playing around with the colors a bit more, I suppose. Oh, the gold studded belt. Mwah. I'm so happy with the way the little gold stubs turned out. You can barely see the detail, and it looks kind of uncanny compared to the rest of my style, because nothing else is really shaded with that kind of complexity. But yeah, I did that, and I think it turned out really cool. I'm really proud of it. Shading, shading, shading. I don't really have anything to say on the shading. It's not really anything special, just a lowered opacity multiply layer with a couple of blurries here or there to make it basically just to hide my shaky hands being really shaky with the brush. I say it's to look softer or whatever, but really that's one of the only reasons I do it. Okay, here I'm playing around with the backgrounds, and here I'm adding some highlights. These are the basic highlights. I add more vivid highlights in a second. But yeah, basically I just lower the opacity of the layer and added some really, really light purple. Um, I just made a vivid light layer for this one, nothing too special, but yeah. I did a double lighting situation, and she ended up looking like the TikTok logo. I don't know if I'm happy with that fact or not, but I mean, I'm proud of the way it turned out, but I don't know if I'm proud that it's a TikTok logo, girl. Oh gosh. I got a bit experimental with the line art, but I didn't like the way it was turning out. Here I'm adding spotlights, quote unquote, that look like fireworks. Anyways, I better be wrapping up. Goodbye.